February 6, 2011. The 6,880 meter of elevated road stretching over 4 cities in Metro Manila is silent. Gone are the 175,000 vehicles that pass through the Skyway daily. On the road, instead of whizzing wheels, are about 8,000 strong pairs of feet running for a cause. Road race instead of road rage. Smoke and traffic noise are gone. What one can hear are the crunch of rubber shoes against asphalt and heavy breathing. The Condura Skyway Marathon 2011 Run for the Dolphins has officially begun.
It's a feeling that you really cannot describe because, like I said, you're on top of the world. You see, if you're going south, in the left, you see Makati. On the right side, you see Parañaque and Muntinlupa. So it's a very, very great feeling.
Raul Patrick Concepcion, or Pat, has been running for 30 years now. He has an 82,500 kilometer running distance credit under his belt. He has ran 6 marathons. He is also the Condura Skyway Marathon running ambassador. His brother, Ton Concepcion, is Condura's president and COO, and the founder and chief organizer of the Condura Skyway Marathon. Together, the Concepcion brothers have created this huge marathon event from scratch.
Ton and I are passion runners. I've been running for 30 years. My brother Ton has been running for 10 years. So we wanted to share our passion with the local Filipinos, and with that, we combined it with our company, Concepcion Industries, to make this Condura run for the Filipinos.
Basically, it started, I think, with me gaining 30 pounds, I suppose, no? And I really wanted to lose weight. And of course, Patrick has been running all his life, and he was known as Patrick before, no? And he lost a lot of weight. And so Patrick inspired me to run, and I did my first race in 2003. And I was so amazed with the mass of humanity running in the street. It was like the EDSA revolution, and you could feel the energy of the people running, no? So I looked at this and I said, "Hey Pat, why don't we put up our own race?" And then he said yes.
And that yes started the race. In 2008, about 3,000 ran the Condura Run for the Tubataha Reef. In 2009, 6,000 ran for the whale sharks of Donsol. In 2010, 8,500 ran for the development of ecotourism through dolphin watching in Pamilacan Island in Bohol. This year, 15,000 ran for the dolphins. And that awareness campaign is seamlessly bound by the Concepcion brothers in the Condura Skyway Marathon 2011 Run for the Dolphins.
Patrick and I basically grew up in the beach. Our best childhood memories are at the beach. We're a country with 7,107 islands, and a lot of people don't get to see what we have underneath our ocean. And we are so lucky because we are like the epicenter of the world in terms of marine biodiversity. And so one of our missions is really just to show to people that, you know, all of the blessings that we have under the sea. In fact, for dolphins alone, we have like 22 species of dolphins here in the country. So it's really so diverse, and yet people are not aware of this, no? So when you're not aware, you take it for granted. So what we want to do is, part of conservation is really awareness.
A marathon is a grueling 42.195 kilometer run that is said to be a tribute to a Greek messenger, Pheidippides. According to legend, he ran the entire distance from the battlefield of Marathon to Athens without stopping for a rest. Upon reaching his destination, he delivered his message: "We have won." Pheidippides' run later inspired organizers of the first modern Olympic Games in 1896, who named its running race after the battlefield. Fast forward to the 21st century, the marathon mania has endured. Over 500 marathon races all over the world are organized annually. And the Condura Skyway Marathon is geared to run along the top races.
This is my friend Mark. This is his first marathon. How do you feel, Mark?
Well, so far so good.
So far so good.
With you around, I'm motivated, you know.
The vision always has been to make the Condura Skyway Marathon a world-class marathon. No? So the likes of New York, Boston, Tokyo. So our vision for next year is to make this a premier running event in Asia Pacific region. A lot of people, runners, they travel all around the world to run in different places. And what we want to do is actually attract them to come to the Philippines. So it's one way that all of us as runners are actually helping out the country.
With 15,000 runners slated to register, the race has actually started even before the run, with the organizers on a mission to secure every detail, from the route to the registration to the runners. About 7,800 people were projected to run along the Skyway stretch. The organizers designated 2 starting points for the runners. 42K, 5K, and 3K runners will start at the Bonifacio Global City. Then a military land now converted into an upscale commercial and residential area. The 10K, 16K, and 21K runners, on the other hand, will take off at Ayala Center in Makati City, the central business district of Metro Manila.
We're very proud about having 2 starts and 1 finish line because a race of this size, 13,000 runners, you cannot just have 1 starting line and you cannot accommodate it any more in 1 venue.
The 3K route is located within Bonifacio Global City, starting from the 7th Street to 5th Avenue to 3rd Avenue to 32nd Street down to the 9th Avenue finish line. The 5K route starts from the 7th Avenue to 3rd Avenue, turning right to 32nd up to 38th Street, down to 36th to the 9th Avenue finish line. A few kilometers away, located in the heart of Metro Manila Central Business District, is Makati Avenue, and this is where the 10K route starts. Traversing the busy streets of Legazpi Village, then up the ramp of Skyway. Turnaround point is near Don Bosco, as it goes back to Makati via Buendia Avenue, all the way to Bonifacio Global City. The 16K route has the same starting point as the 10K, but once on the Skyway, it goes all the way down to the toll plaza, where it makes a turnaround as it heads back to Buendia Avenue and Bonifacio Global City. The 21K, or the half marathon, also takes a familiar route, but once on the Skyway, it goes all the way down near Merville Exit in the neighboring city of Parañaque, where it makes a turnaround heading back to Buendia Avenue, and finally, Bonifacio Global City. The full-length marathon route starts in Bonifacio Global City, taking a familiar route to Triangle Drive and 8th Avenue. Once there, it takes the Kalayaan flyover to get to Buendia Avenue. As it goes up to the Skyway, it goes all the way to Sucat Interchange in Parañaque City, where it makes a turnaround as it heads back to Makati and finally back to Bonifacio Global City.
The Skyway, don't be fooled by it. If you think it's flat, no. It's a slowly uphill course that it gets to be very, very challenging. The course is a bit rolling up, like I said, uphill, downhill. There's a few turns and left and right.
With eyes on becoming a world-class marathon, this run is also equipped with the latest in running technology, such as the D-Tag, a timing chip attached to the shoes of the runners.
The D-Tag is a technology, it's a timing system that is used by the top marathons in the world, like the New York City Marathon, for example. But it basically records your time when you cross the finish line, and it also records your time at different parts of the course. It also records your time at the end of the finish line.
In this case, after 2 or 3 hours, the results are in already.
Provided also are shirts specially made for running.
The dry fit material now is very good because like in the olden times, you'd wear a cotton shirt. So when you perspire, the shirt would stick on you. Now with the dry fit materials, your sweat comes out. So you're basically fresh, you look good, and it also improves your performance because your sweat, the heat of your body comes out.
But more than the innovations, the priority of this run are the basics. The runners. Putting premium in the runner's safety is the main concern of the organizers. Hydration and nutrition were secured through water stations set up no more than 1.5 kilometers apart that can serve more than 100 runners. Bananas, water fountains, aid stations, medics, and ambulances are also in place.
Well, basically, like we said, it's because I'm a runner, Ton's a runner. So we know how a runner feels, what a runner wants, what a runner expects.
Princess Galura is the project director of this year's Condura Skyway Marathon. As the head of the 1,000 people working to get everything right for the marathon, she has been working non-stop.
The organizers, approximately about 1,200, but the organizing committee is composed of about 50 hardworking people.
And everything is really deliberately planned and programmed. And we had like 2,000 people working on this project. Can you imagine? I mean, 2,000 people. This is like running an army, a military. It's like a logistical effort. No? So it's quite huge.
Organizing races as big as this, of course, you get to mingle and get to know a lot of people. And a lot of people have different ways of looking at things. So that's the number one thing that we have to look after. Or if we say that this is the rules, other people will try to make you bend it. So that is the major challenge for us, making sure that 13,000 runners, we communicate to them very well.
In the end, Pat will run, while Ton oversees everything. These brothers experience the two sides to every run, and yet they come to one conclusion.
Organizing Condura is like running a 42K, a full marathon, and then giving birth to a 10-pound baby after that, no? So it takes a lot of time, effort, and really a lot of work.
When you're coming from Buendia and you make that left turn to go up the Skyway, you get shivers coming up your spine, a tingling sensation, because it's hard to believe I'm here.
I told Patrick that it's not just a job, but it's really a passion. In fact, what's so interesting is that for one day of the year, everyone can gather together to give their best.
It was an amazing feeling that I was feeling, and the others, like they couldn't believe that they were there.